was hot, had to play it cool. Back then, the ones who made me hadn't separated. So won't stop till the one who stayed is over, celebrated, rated. For working 10 plus, no promo. Her show it still runs, no co-hosts. And that's when the fam deserted her, still she didn't crumble. Cave-ins a no-no. She got more heart than care, for they left of her dead, had her chopped up the photo. So I wanna make her live a dream, anything she want that costs green is a go-go. Every day is a hustle, with my 9-pin strapped back, car money's on my mind. Reminds me of a Russell, rather be deaf to all jams, and their brother didn't grind. Flow for the fam, cause they say blast figure than water. Flow for my gang, cause they waited round for my order. When it's my time to eat, every man grab a plate. Ain't gotta run these streets, ain't gotta watch your weight. Die for my family, only the real relate. Ride on my enemies, only them fakers hate car.
They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that. They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that. They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that. They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that.
Tryna take control, I might snatch your pad. Life in the game, don't try and I own my own pad. A-Max but still, it be telling me mad. Thinking how things still getting worse when they're already bad. Pissed now, me really gone to the plan. Funny got a stretch car, I need them bands. Brothers gotta eat, wanna feed the fam. Got me tryna see more green than damn. One of my G said he'll move a box in 1 week. Another said he's been moving boxes all week. Cheese, can't knock the hustle. Cause they both getting cheese, and they both using muscle, but only one's on the street. One man legit for his son, the other's trying to shine like one. Swag spit 8 like a 9, so neither of them die by one. Trying to get us out of the struggle, watch it's a matter of time. Say when I burst my bubble, I say as long as I blow then it's fine. Flow for my fam cause they say blood's thicker than water. Flow for the gang cause they waited round for my order. When it's my time to eat, every man grab a plate. Ain't gotta run these streets, ain't gotta watch your weight. Die for my family, only the real relate. Ride on my enemies, only them fakers hate car.
They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that. They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that. They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that. They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that.
Can't use always if I want something new.
Stay fresh.
Me and my brothers weren't playing chess, they was making moves. We was on there from fraud to the food.
All that.
Just splash and taking them trips, post cop and new shoes. Quick fixes, had to ride with a tool. Young reckless, didn't follow no rules. Swear took risks to shine like jewels. Couple times was hot, had to play it cool. Back then, the ones who made me hadn't separated. So won't stop till the one who stayed is over, celebrated, rated. For working 10 plus, no promo. Her show it still runs, no co-hosts. And that's when the fam deserted her, still she didn't crumble. Cave-ins a no-no. She got more heart than care, for they left of her dead, had her chopped up the photo. So I wanna make her live a dream, anything she want that costs green is a go-go. Every day is a hustle, with my 9-pin strapped back, car money's on my mind. Reminds me of a Russell, rather be deaf to all jams, and their brother didn't grind. Flow for the fam, cause they say blast figure than water. Flow for my gang cause they waited round for my order. When it's my time to eat, every man grab a plate. Ain't gotta run these streets, ain't gotta watch your weight. Die for my family, only the real relate. Ride on my enemies, only them fakers hate car.
They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that. They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that. They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that. They ain't built like that, they ain't built like that. They built like that. They built like that. They built
What is going on, guys? Welcome to STFU. It's our second ever episode, right? We've got a new co-host for the day, Mr. JJ Devani from the Caught Offside podcast. Hey, man.
Oh, it's good to see you.
I was going to shake your hand, but I've seen you way too many times and too long before the show started.
Can I just thank you for your service in World War I, first of all, just to get it started.
You know what?
You guys in the trenches.
It's a thankless job, you know.
I'll tell you what.
Someone's got to do it. We've also got Aaron West, who we've shifted over to the social corner. Aaron's going to be giving us all kinds of polls and comments from the fans. Aaron, what's up, dude?
It's no longer the socialist corner. I've turned it into the capitalist corner. I would put a little coffee shop right here, a little land development over here. Pat
Coffee
left, so I just bought him out.
Typically make a lot of money, so
it's a front. It's a front.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Cool. Are we starting with anything?
We're going to start with a little poll question. Let's talk about it. It's going to be right up here, guys. Get your votes in. Should Heath shave the mustache or let it ride? Please let us know. Please vote. The streets have been talking about this for a minute, and the streets are divided.
Just stop talking till we can get a close-up on my mustache. You guys decide. You know, I've been putting this on all of my platforms. It's been torn. I could put up the best experience of my life on social media, and people do not care. You ask a question about a mustache, all-time high in engagement. So we want to know from you guys. If it does end up happening, I might have a surprise for you guys right here on the show. But let's start with one of the most kind of prestigious competitions in all of the world, the Carabao Cup. Does anybody really care, JJ?
Of course they care about it. They cared deeply back in the 1980s when it was the Milk Cup. Carabao, Worthingtons, you know, so they even had like I guess that was like a cigarette sponsorship back in the day. No one cares now. Yeah. Do you care?
Was the science still out on cigarettes back then? Was the jury still out on that, where it was just like...
They were still sexy at the time.
Yeah. Have one at halftime. It'll be fine. What do you think, Aaron? Anybody care?
I don't think anyone cares.
Do the fans care? Are they saying anything about the Carabao Cup, or is it just us that went live on
Here's a question from the fans that has directly to do with the Carabao Cup. Heath, how does your family feel about your facial hair?
Carabao Cup, facial hair. I get it. My family, they don't seem to care much. They don't. Right. I don't know if that's an indicator as to how little they care about what I'm doing.
No one cares about the Carabao Cup.
They're just like indifferent. No one cares about the Carabao Cup?
No one cares about the Carabao
Is this a cry for help? I mean, you know, notice me, love me, look at my facial hair.
It is. It's like I've got this thing that like if I just grow a mustache, that'll bring the people back. I don't know, man. I got bored, did it. Had some decent response from it, had some negative response since then. The jury's still out on that. I'm going to use that phrase for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
It's like 51% are saying to keep it, 49% are saying to get rid of it. But I'd love to know what everybody in the YouTube sphere is saying.
We could mash this together and we could have great League Cup mustaches of the past. Ian Rush, John Wark, people like that. Where do you fit into that?
I fit into more of the Hollywood type mustaches. Like, let's go.
I wouldn't say Hollywood. Maybe something.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. What's the guy? Who's Magnum PI or?
Selleck.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So that's the shot that I'm going with.
Yeah, but you need to trim the hair, just gel it back.
Yeah. But I'm starting with the mustache. You got to start with the dream and then build on that, right? Keep on chasing it. But so we've all agreed no one cares about the Carabao Cup, really.
No, not anymore. I mean, if you're Bradford City when they got to the final, if you're a terrible team, no disrespect to Bradford, but if you're down the league, sure. If you've got anything to play for, no.
I would say the same thing. I mean, it's no disrespect to lower league teams because I think it's a really wonderful story when you get those Cinderella stories, teams going deep and those types of things. But for everyone else, when you see. Okay, if you're super, super into your club and involved in the future and the youth and everything, you get to see those 1-2 players coming into the squad. I really like that. But I feel so detached from like Arsenal, for example, that, you know, Kalen was out there saying, this guy's coming in, this guy's coming in. Me and Aaron are just like,
whatever.
Don't know him because the chances are, in all honesty, 99% of those guys still aren't going to make it into the first team squad and become like big players, right?
Yeah, no chance.
Just no one does anymore.
It is a nice, forum now that Joe Hart is moving towards retirement that he can actually get a game somewhere. So I suppose it serves that function.
Swifty off his line.
We have a question about the kids, actually, directly to that point. Does Ainsley Maitland-Niles have a shot at moving to midfield this Friday after his performance against Newcastle?
Absolutely.
I think Ainsley. Say it again.
He doesn't want to butcher it. He knows it. He doesn't want to butcher it.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles should be your World War I mustache name.
Yeah.
Seriously. It is an upper-class aristocrat from...
it's heroic.
Yeah.
That guy has done something. Either that or he watched people do things for him.
Yeah.
As you guys obviously know, I don't have to tell you, he is the 20-year-old player for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Ainsley Maitland.
That's
Yeah,
what we're
we
talking
know
about.
that.
That's
Yeah.
what, why are you filling in
Oh,
holes
yeah,
that
you're
were
right.
already filled?
You're right.
Contextually, you just didn't want to say his name wrong. That can be really rude when you have 3 names. You want to get it
true.
right.
Yeah.
It's true.
Has nothing to do with him. What else have we got?
What else do we have? A lot of mustache questions. People really care about your mustache.
This is the problem. This is the problem.
Taking over the show.
Yeah.
This is the problem. I'm sorry, I'm selfish.
What was your favorite movie that you shot in the 1970s?
Those are funny. You guys want to just swing a plastic bat at me for the next 20 minutes? Because that seems like where this is going.
Did you model this on Burt Reynolds, or was there anyone specific in mind?
Burt Reynolds has had a good one too. I've gotten a few Burt Reynolds shout. You know what I've got over when we were at MLS Cup, which was a compliment. The Gangs of New York. What's his name?
Bill the Butcher.
Bill the Butcher. This was before I trimmed the outside. It was a little
you
bit
were
of
twirling.
I wasn't twirling it, but it had that little bit of natural legend to it, so
Yeah.
to speak. You know.
I know, I could see that as well. The top hat and everything that you were wearing that night
Exactly.
kind of played into it.
Oh, is it the top hat?
Yeah, it was the top hat that did
It's not
it.
the mustache. Anyways, let's talk about Arsene Wenger. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, sure.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you cool with that? All right, who's going to replace him? I mean, I was give a little context to this. I was looking up like, oh yeah, there's all this hype on who's going to replace, Arsene Wenger next. And then I searched it and it was like an article in 2014 that was like
Eddie Howe.
Yeah, no, it was who was it?
Roberto Martinez.
Roberto Martinez first in line to replace Arsene Wenger, and it was 2014. I was like, wow, we
What a
are
different
really
time.
getting into this conversation. Eventually, it's going to happen, but right now, I've seen Arteta being the most recent one, Patrick Vieira, Thomas Tuchel, Diego Simeone. Do you think any of them are realistic chances? And does Arsene Wenger actually ever leave?
I mean, first of all, you gotta say you don't want him to leave. He's part of our growing up, our childhood, everything about that. So we don't want Arsene to go. But honestly, I think someone who is in line, who gets every job, works 5 nights a week, and is recently been put in the new Jedi movie, the Star Wars movie. James Corden will get the job because James Corden seems to do everything everywhere. He will pop up. Do you want to be the Arsenal manager? Sure, why not? Give it to James Corden.
He's gonna sing his team talks.
Exactly, he's everywhere I go. No, seriously, it's so hard to envision who replaces him that you're probably looking at someone like of the stature of Simeone. Because honestly, is Tuchel damaged goods?
But that's the thing. We saw it with United, right? Do you just hand it off to another manager who's going to bring fresh ideas and whatever, or do you have to rebuild a whole new culture and philosophy around how players are thinking now? Because it seems like Arsene's lost a little bit of what he was originally good at, and that's working in young players and working with that. And he seems kind of a little bit behind the times of actually getting guys into the first team.
Yeah, you make a good point because some of the guys who are the forward thinkers now they've passed Arsenal by. Klopp was linked with Arsenal. Guardiola at one point was linked with Arsenal. And now there seems to be a vacuum there. So maybe you do a total rebuild. Arteta's not a bad shout. Say he hones his CV at Manchester City, you could see him sliding in there.
Man, a lot of City shouts in there. Patrick Vieira, City guy. Mikel Arteta leaves for City to join the staff.
Yeah, if Arteta wins something under Guardiola, then you can look at him. Patrick Vieira is a much longer shot, though. Vieira's got to come back. Look, the Europhile in me is talking. He's got to come back and earn his corner in Europe.
Okay, fair enough. Aaron, what's going on in the social corner, the capitalist corner over there? What do you think, and what do the fans think?
Almaroff, I'm not sure how to say that, asks, what do you think about Valverde with Barcelona until now?
I mean, I have nothing bad to say about him other than the fact that I was part of like the mob that was saying like, get rid of him, get rid of the board, get rid of everybody, change the team, it's the end of an era, this is terrible, they don't know how to spend money, what are they doing? But if you ask me now, I love Barcelona.
Well, here's another thing. When you say, if you ask me now, I love Barcelona, and then you do that smile, and the smile emerges from underneath that, it's kind of creepy.
great.
I don't know. Back to Valverde. Look, we were told he was managing a transition. Well, how's he doing? He's doing great. Absolutely brilliant. If they can negotiate past Chelsea later on in February, but right now in the league, it's perfect. 11 points clear of their main rival. Absolutely.
All right, well, we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Let's talk about Manchester City. They are currently playing in one of the most valuable tournaments in the world, the Carabao Cup. The game is in extra time, probably going to go to penalties. Jamie Vardy in the 97th minute keeps...
Fards.
Fards. That's a grammar story. No.
Act like you know. Let's pretend like we know
Fards.
these people, Vardy. Bloody Vardy.
Yeah, they're 1-1. They're 1-1, but, I mean, is City the best team in the world right now?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Put in the universe, whatever you want. They're the best team in the world. We should anoint them now. What is the point in even going to May? We've got lives to live. We can take early holidays, do the whole thing. Look, hugely disrespectful to the traditions of English football to hand the championship to them in December. But look, are they the nicest team to watch in the world right now? Yes. Yeah. So that means they're the best.
On pace for 30 wins. Pretty incredible. This is the first time in a long time, because usually like certain stats and stuff, I'm just like, whatever. Like, you're just saying stuff. But like, all the stats that have been on City have been pretty incredible, at least like the trajectory that they're on, what they've accomplished so far. And they're just also fun, you know? There was something about Chelsea when Chelsea won championships that you respected in the way that they did it. But it wasn't, you never didn't want to watch. Yeah, you didn't want to watch and be like, let's watch this, you know? Leicester was fun to watch.
Right, I think they're everybody's dirty little secret right now. Even if you're like, say, and I'm going to say this, I'm sure if there's Man United fans out there who want to see good football, they're kind of, you know, they're switching the channel, they're having a look at Man City. That's happening. I believe it's happening. But, I mean, you're an Arsenal guy. You think this is so much better than, say, like the Invincibles or something like that? That kind of hurts me to hear that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird time. But let's talk about some of the other teams that are near the top. We don't have to get too deep into Burnley because it's a fun story, but like Liverpool, for example. I mean, these guys, one loss in their last 17 and aren't even, they're 4th place right now?
Yeah.
4th place in the league? And they're on a very, very good run, but there's only so much they can catch up to a team that's just not giving up points to anybody.
Well, that's it. I mean, once you've got assembled this amazing forward line, you buy a player, Mohamed Salah, and he does absolutely way better than you could have ever expected, and along come Manchester City and they click at that moment. So, I mean, it's kind of frustrating, but at the same time, Liverpool have other problems that lends me to think that even if City weren't blazing a trail, Liverpool would still be in a kind of a little bit of a rut. I mean, you draw at home to Everton, you draw then to West Brom. What's that got to do with anything City are doing? That's on you, Jurgen Klopp.
Fair enough. Aaron, what's going on in the what is your corner called again?
The Capitalist Corner.
Capitalist Corner.
Yeah. Is Schmeichel the second best keeper in the Prem after De Gea?
Oh.
Think
hold on, before we answer that, didn't you say the shortlist came out for CONCACAF Player of the Year and there was 2 goalkeepers on it? Something like that, or whatever that list is?
I'm not sure.
Keylor
Navas was on it.
And
I don't know who was the other one that was on it.
Let's see. Oh yeah, the Jamaican goalkeeper, Andre Blake, right?
Okay.
2 players on the I mean, goalkeepers don't get any love, but
I know, but
Navas not on it.
But look,
but Chucky Lozano's on it.
Right, okay, well...
I don't even know what this list is. Somebody just told me about a list of 3 people on it.
Is someone beaming a list into your mustache and it's uploading right now?
It could be a totally unofficial list, but when I heard it, I was like, this is ridiculous. On it
because we have a troll. He's a listener to our podcast, and he constantly gets on to us about how we don't give enough love to a certain country, who I won't name because if he's watching this, it'll annoy him. Okay. But Navas, he absolutely deserves to be on it. But Kasper Schmeichel? Oh, I don't know. I think there's probably a few other shouts. On form right now, he's in pretty great form, I would say. But maybe Butland is in there. That's not fair. Poor Joe playing tonight.
He's playing tonight, and he's
Adrian, his number one.
All right. All this talk about keepers is making me sick. This is too much. We're doing too much. All right, let's move to El Clásico. We got a question. Will Gareth Bale play in El Clásico?
Do not know. Not the manager. Cannot answer that.
I don't know him personally.
In the words of Aaron West, I don't know him, but if he does play, he's going to do well. Now, you can preface things by saying you don't know him, and basically Aaron thinks that's an escape from
I don't know him? All right, okay, that's fine.
I don't know him, but seems like a good player. No, I would love to see him play. You know, it's been a while since he's been in the mix of things, and when he was in his best form, he is extremely lethal and extremely dangerous for them, and a regular starter in my book, and it'd be good to see him back in top form and playing regularly.
Look, if you're the president of Real Madrid, he wants him to start every single game. He wants him to be involved. He's his guy, and when he was bought for these big games. But he hasn't really got the minutes up over the last few weeks. I know he came on to play against Al Jazeera, which of course is also a TV network, one or the other, and rescued the game in that. But I think he'll feature. It's a risk to start him, though. I think it really is a risk.
All right, that brings me to my next question. It's directly about probably his replacement. Will Asensio be effective in this El Clásico?
I mean, these direct player questions are so hard. I mean, you would think these guys can step up. I mean, it's El Clásico.
Will he be effective? I mean, he's a class player. Yeah. Absolutely, I would hope so. how will Barcelona set up to stop him is a better question. Maybe, see, at the weekend, Busquets didn't play in that holding centre mid role. It was Rakitic, so you're expecting Busquets to come back in there and patrol. So how will he influence how the game is played? Maybe that's the way to go about it. If Busquets played, maybe he can stifle Real Madrid somewhat, but I mean, Asensio, he's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful player.
I agree. And you know who's also a beautiful man, a beautiful player? Paulinho, who's killing it in La Liga right now.
I'll tell you something.
After everybody
laughing
at the guy, or laughing at everybody saying, why would you bring a guy back from the Chinese Super League? Now has the most goals for a midfielder.
This is stunning to me. I mean, there's Tottenham fans who are literally they are stunned by this. They don't understand it. And look, it's career advice for everyone, Heath. Yeah. If you have a dip in your professional career, go to China for a bit.
That's true.
And come back and absolutely boss the best league in the world.
Really sound advice, protected by the fact that they're making astronomical wages.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect.
In the case that you don't make your way back to top level football, guess what?
You've got lots
you
of
just
money.
made 25
it's
million.
Fine. Don't worry about it. That's why Carlos Tevez said today he wants to stay. Of course you do, Carlos.
Yeah, why not, right? Anything else going on over there?
Yes, we got a couple player questions. I know you guys don't like those, but is Gareth Bale the best winger in the world after Ronaldo and Messi? I don't know if I'd necessarily consider them, I don't know, wingers anymore, but
are there wingers anymore?
Are there positions anymore? Is there any order left in the world?
Like, is this man come from 4-4-2 land? Tell us about your time.
Is any of this real?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is a form thing for me. Like, I've seen him when he's not in form, and you're just like, what's he doing? He doesn't have that quality. But you see him in form, you're like, okay, he's in the conversation.
He's the closest left to what we would call the old style winger. A guy that can drop the shoulder, go past the guy, kill him with pace, swing in across, or take a shot. He's an old style. You know what? He's a throwback. He's a throwback. Just like this man.
The guys who they started using corner flags for, so he sees that thing wave and puts his head back. I better hurry.
By the way, how have we limited one of the best players in the world to just a kick and rush kind of player?
He is fast, though. I will give him that.
He's quite quick.
So
that's
a point.
He's got some pace. No, I mean, again, I think he's one of the best in the world when he's fully fit. But you know, it's been a while since we've seen that. I'd like to see him get back to that level, or at least, or make a move. You know, make a move.
Right.
Leave, go to a new club.
We could always use the old, the old cliche, the English manager cliche. He's lost a yard of pace. Could have lost 2 yards of pace. We're done now. Injuries take their toll. You know what I mean? And that gets you out of everything. You speak like that, you can say whatever you want about football.
That's true.
I got another question for you guys. If Real Madrid win El Clásico in decisive fashion, how, if at all, does that affect the La Liga title race?
Oh, it's a great one.
Shout out Darcy O.
Did you say if Barcelona or Real Madrid
win? If Real Madrid win.
If Real Madrid win, that changes things, right?
It does, yeah.
It cuts the gap. They've got a game in hand, you were saying?
Yeah.
Right?
They have a game in hand.
That would be down to 8 points, potentially 5. Right. If they win that, you have to assume that they win that.
Psychologically, going into a massive, massive February for them, it's going to be huge. I think it goes to 14. Maybe their heads go. They see the big game on the horizon against PSG. It changes things. I honestly think...
Sorry to stop you, but we got some penalties going on in the City
Leicester
game.
Penalties!
Hit you with the alarm real quick and break you out of your reverie. Sorry.
That's all right. Okay.
Okay, we've got Claudio Bravo walking up to the goal. So you kind of interrupted a really good shout right now, just to let us know that penalties are about to start in a couple minutes.
But they haven't. But you should have said penalties were imminent.
Yeah.
And also you made a duck noise. I mean,
there's plenty.
You could just go. Hey guys, you could just go. Hey guys, we're right here. You don't have to throw the duck in there.
Yeah, I could have. But it was way more fun to do a duck sound and see JJ's face.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, what does this mean? I'm new to this live format. I'm new to this huge tube. I don't know what was happening.
He's going to be Googling duck sounds. What's it mean live? But yeah, we're going into penalties. That's great for Leicester. And Manchester City, you know, I said I wouldn't ask this, but if they lose this,
I'm afraid.
Is this the end of an era?
Well, you know what? Empires crumble from within, and empires crumble from Carabao.
It only takes
It only takes one.
It only takes one loss in a major tournament in whatever round number 5.
It's a house of cards.
Yeah,
it really is.
It really is. It really shows the instability. That was a sick
Good
penalty.
Lord. Christian
Top
Fuchs.
right corner, guys. I can't really walk you through every single one of them. Christian Fuchs, though, New York resident. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think so. Yeah. He's got a soccer academy here as well. You know.
He does.
So
doesn't hang out with us much down here,
No,
but we're gonna get him here. We're gonna get him here.
Wants to be a field goal kicker, I believe.
All right. While we're waiting for the next spot kick,
Oh, now it's
yeah,
okay
yeah,
to
yeah,
interrupt.
yeah,
Oh, now I see how
yeah,
this
yeah.
works. Fine, yeah.
Yeah, I control this.
You do.
If Madrid don't win any trophies this season, is it crazy to think Zidane might have a short leash next season?
I think next season he's fully safe, for sure. I couldn't see a guy who's done as well as he has, started the way he has. Like, I think this year, next year, he'll have the chance because you also don't have a Ronaldo. Like, Ronaldo is not performing in the league the way he used to. That's not Zidane's. Like, Zidane it shouldn't be his job to motivate the best player in the world to do well in the league. Do you think he has a short lease?
Here's the thing. This is not a club run like any other. This is Real Madrid. So let's look at 2017. That's bought him all the cachet he needs. That's all the time he's got. Right. It's going to be, you're right, he'll get into next season. But if this season, goes much worse than it's going right now, there will be over the summer question marks. There always is. Yeah. And you know how quickly those white hankies can come out at Real Madrid. Right. I'm just saying, nobody is, even a legend like him, is completely certain like that.
Oh, I agree, but it's tough to predict that.
Well, you threw a face when it was said, as if.
No, but it's just tough to predict that a guy. Okay, you're 11 points right now. Maybe you can go into winter break and make a change, but it's just tough for me to actually envision the fact that the same Real Madrid team adding a few more members to that squad is going to be 11 points again this time next year. So I think that the gap would be close enough to where he'd still be like in the conversation of winning a title, and therefore you get through another season. I don't see them falling mid-table.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess I'm just so conditioned by the way they've been, the crazy way they've been all these years.
You need help. You need therapy.
I do.
Traumatized.
I need to get on the chaise long and talk about Real Madrid's policy with managers.
Tell me what they did to you. What else we got going on over there, Aaron?
Right now we got Leicester and City tied 2-2 on pins.
Oh, are we doing the ABBA system?
It is.
I don't know what's going on.
Now we've got a question from Love. Without Umtiti, will Barca be able to defend at their fullest?
Well, I think that goes back to what we said already. If Umtiti doesn't play, then you're expecting that there will be the Busquets presence to screen in front of what is not. It's not a storied defensive unit. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it makes things more difficult for them, certainly.
Well, that's a...
I just threw that.
No, I agree with you. I honestly don't... It's El Clásico, right? Like, I don't really take in traditional tactics when you talk about El Clásico. There's so much emotion that goes into it.
Right.
So much kind of jockeying for position on the field that it's kind of like those few errors that happen in a game. I mean, I could be wrong, but they're traditionally played pretty tight and conservatively. They don't play wide open, do they, in those El Clásico games in terms of...
It depends. I mean, some games open out and they're absolutely end-to-end spectacles. We've had a few of them, particularly last season. The last game, the last Clásico of last season was a great game, and it was pretty much as close as you get end-to-end in it. But you're right. They won't be tactically naive when it comes to defending. I wouldn't put it all down on Umtiti.
We got another update. It's 3-3 in pens, no misses yet, and we have an update, and even more important, an update to the poll for Heath's mustache.
Oh wow, okay.
According to the poll,
they're not going to stop the game while you read this poll off?
Apparently not.
They're not going to stop penalties?
I put in a request, but it has been denied.
All right, what do we got?
29 say keep it. 17 say shave it. 32 say shave it now.
52, my friend.
52, wow.
52 say shave it now.
52 say shave it now. I'm not a numbers expert, but it looks like right now you're shaving it.
Bullies.
Flat track bullies.
How long are we going to allow this to go for?
Gabriel Jesus has just made his
penalty. Another 5-10 minutes? Guys, I need you. I need you now. Okay, I need you.
Which
Say
side
to keep
needs
it.
You?
Say to
we
keep
know where
it.
Heath stands. We know where Heath stands.
You think if I wanted to shave it, I would have just shaved it. I don't need to bring
You have an emotional attachment
user generation into this.
Why did you bring them into this then?
Because I care. Because I care.
Let's talk about
That's
it.
why.
Let's
I
talk
care
about
each and every one of you.
I would vote for you. But like I suggested...
You're voting against me.
No, I want you to keep it, and I want you to do fun things with it. So, for example, like I said, you could be part of...
Vardy missed the penalty.
Oh, good Lord. Skittles and vodka.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Let's have a look.
Jamie Vards has missed his pen.
Off the post.
Stinked off the post, huh?
Has he scuffed it? He scuffed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just a little kiss on the post and out.
The keeper went the right way as well. I think he's
kiss on the post.
We got some preparation here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nice. It's actually really well constructed.
This is happening then.
I think you'll enjoy this.
I didn't know that you were an engineer of things.
My brother's
like
an engineer. I learned everything
razors.
from
You
him.
say, wow, this is well constructed. Usually when you grab a thing of razors, the first thing Aaron does is says, wow, that's
it's
well,
really
he
well
checks out its
constructed.
construction,
He
like
loves
its
good,
foundation.
good
Because
American
because I
workmanship.
can't grow a beard, all I can really appreciate is the construction.
There's
So-
few things that
Do you
get
think
him
there's a
going,
jealousy factor going on? Not to
All
cut
right,
across it.
saved. City or through.
City are through.
Oh, wow.
To the 6th round
Wow.
of one
We
of the
can
world's
now
most
definitively
prestigious
declare them
tournaments.
the greatest team in the world.
Oh my. Well, I'll tell you, Pep's job's been saved. We can say that
We
safely.
talked about, you know,
the importance of
it coming
Carabao.
crashing down, and now right back on that trajectory to win 30 games in a season in the Premier League and continue that momentum.
And look, if he finishes the season with only the Carabao Cup, what a season it'll have been.
Listen, Arsenal will take Carabao Cup all day long, gobble that up, and say, "Look in the cabinet, we got another trophy."
They would take an actual cup from your cabinet.
Yeah.
They would actually go that far.
Yeah,
That's
that's
factual.
true. All right, so it looks like Arsenal's through today. Manchester City is through. Leicester City, Vardy with a penalty in regular time misses
And
it
Mahrez as well.
in penalties. Yeah.
Yeah, with that, I mean, we're talking about follicle issues. Mahrez has bleached his hair again, which is something you do once when you're 22, right?
Yeah, it is true.
Or when
I
you're
mean,
I
26.
didn't use mine up, so maybe at 31 or 32. Maybe when I hit 32, I'll do it.
You
know?
can still do it. You can still pull
can
that
still
off.
do it,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Well,
Much to
Carabao
think about.
Cup, guys.
Much to think
All the
about.
drama has ended for a day. We can now rest peacefully knowing who's going through to the next round.
Tomorrow we got Chelsea and Bournemouth, and Bristol City and United.
Chelsea and Bournemouth, Bristol City, and who? United?
We've also got the DFB
Another epic day. We're gonna,
We got the German Cup, Dortmund and Bayern, and we have a question here about Bayern. We're from Bayern, kind of. What do you think of the Bayern president saying Neymar is overrated and overpriced?
I mean, he's said a lot of stuff over
said
the
a
years.
lot
Like
of
he just
stuff.
says stuff sometimes.
He's just out
and
here
it's just
saying
like,
stuff, man.
For me, it's surprising because Germans are pretty buttoned up typically, you know, in the press and the media. They don't take too many of those. They take that arrogant like
Right.
like
yeah, but it's not actual verbal
yeah.
arrogance. It's more,
Yeah, it's like Neymar, you know,
Right.
That's kind of what his response is.
They don't go into specifics and say he's actually
just like,
overrated.
They don't try to back it up or deny it, whatever.
But
It's just
overrated as compared to who? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
overrated. Yeah, okay, 220 million. If you want to break that down to compared to what you could use that for, you're like, yeah, he'll never live up to
I mean,
that.
if they're bragging about their bargain and getting James, then fair enough. But I mean, that's not really.
But I
apples
mean, they're going to
and
end up
oranges.
spending 40 on him, right? And he hasn't been like spectacular.
No,
though,
right.
either. I mean, Bayern right now are just grinding and grinding and grinding. That's what they're doing. They're winning like 1-0 results. They're not playing beautiful. Even Jopankis is like, yeah, we're not playing particularly great, but we're finding ways to get a result.
Since when have Bayern Munich talked about value for money or someone being overrated like that? I mean,
The
FC
thing-
Hollywood.
They've prided themselves on like we don't pay big transfer fees, right? But their wages are like top 5 in the world
Right.
for wages, or top 10 at least. But that puts you in a whole other category. It doesn't make like. It doesn't put you as somebody different because you don't spend the money on transfer fees. That's kind of
Seems like a weird,
subjective.
unnecessary
I
comment.
got a question directly about that. Do you guys think there will be any big signings in January?
Oh,
I mean, I hope Mesut Ozil's big signing, Alexis Sanchez big signing,
I feel.
Olivier Giroud big signing if he wants to go. Actually, I like him. He's a good guy, solid guy. Just
I
great.
feel as if the Coutinho rumors will rear their ugly heads again. Not rumors, they're really, really solid actually. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Liverpool will hang on. And I think Barca have set their sights on someone else. Hint.
Do you think
Griezmann, it's Griezmann.
It's Griezmann. Yeah. Oh, I was swamped there.
There was no need for that.
I was about to wave the white flag and be like, "Just tell me the answer, man."
Yeah.
This one's a
No.
tough one.
It's been a long day.
Stumped. But yeah. But do you think Coutinho's value changes after the season then? If he leaves in the winter versus in the summer, do you think his value goes down a little bit, becomes more affordable, or do you think?
I mean, Barcelona have all that. They're sitting on that pile of money. And the thing is, they're not going to stockpile. They're not going to go for Griezmann and Coutinho. So that's going to be interesting to see which one they'll actually go for in the end. I think his value stays at 140 million.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which is what he is worth.
Should Real Madrid get rid of Benzema for Icardi?
I just looked your way, by the way. I didn't throw out the opportunity for you to talk. I just thought you had something.
He runs it over there from the fair
I
trade
just turned and all of a
stand.
sudden he just was like,
You may feel like you've got the wheel, but
Dude, the hip turn is not a cue. This hip turn is not a cue. This is acknowledging
You
that
look
you're
at me,
still
I'm
in the room.
speaking. You
The
look
hip
at
turn
me,
is
I'm
just an
speaking.
acknowledgement you're still in the room. It is
merely
not
a
cue for
jaunty
you.
turn.
Yeah, it's a jaunty turn. That's what we're going to rename the show to, the jaunty turn.
Jaunty
Jaunty,
turn.
that sounds like a dumb bar.
with
like
Lord
an Irish
Cecil
bar.
B, whatever you like, Arsenal player's name was.
All right, what did you say? Sorry.
The question was, should Real Madrid get rid of Benzema for Icardi?
Should they? Probably.
I mean, they could handle an Icardi personality for sure. I feel like
I
they
think
could.
so. I mean, it would be the kind of big, marquee, bold signing that they're going to go in there and rob him from Inter Milan. I mean, that's them. It's very them. But
He doesn't really seem to want to leave Inter, though, right?
no, doesn't.
And Inter's doing well. Like, this is a rare, odd year that they haven't sacked 3 managers, and they're actually like, they're playing near the top. I think they're a point out of first, which
Well,
is...
look, everybody was talking so much about their crosstown rivals. They're rivals. And guess who shows up? Inter Milan show up.
Yeah.
We have an update on the mustache stakes.
Okay.
2 more minutes left in the poll. 34 say shave, 11 say keep, 54 say shave it now.
Oh, wow.
Guys, this is not going how I had hoped. I thought we had an understanding. You guys respect me. This is art. This is my art. And now you're denying me of my art, but I understand it.
We actually have a question about your mustache. Heath,
great.
how far away does your mustache have to be from nurseries, playgrounds, and high schools?
Wow. Oh, good Lord.
Well, I elect not to answer that question because it seems like there's not a right way to answer that question.
There
other than
isn't.
the
Let's
fact
just
that-
say if the question inferred that it's carrying some kind of dangerous spores, and there's some kind of buildup, fungal buildup that could endanger the populace, that's not the case.
Oh.
Because I can't smell it from here.
Guys, the game is actually officially ended on the Carabao Cup, which means we are the official post-game show of the Carabao Cup.
Yes!
The official Carabao
Do we get a
post-game.
plaque for that?
The official Carabao Cup post-game show starts right now.
That's
It just went out.
fantastic.
The
Wow,
game went
wow,
out,
wow.
so I just felt it was a natural transition to take over as the official.
Do we have a theme tune or whatever?
Do.
Carabao.
How do you guys feel about another question?
Yeah, let's go.
Carabao right now.
Will this game compare to the last El Clásico in terms of entertainment levels? Messi's stoppage time winner in the last Clásico was one of the best moments in football I have witnessed.
Wow. There you go.
Dude, not to give so much credit, by the way, to when El Clásico came and played in the U.S. and it was kind of a big thing, you know.
Right.
It was actually a pretty entertaining. The first half was a pretty entertaining game. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
It was fun. And Neymar scored two of the best goals you'll see live anywhere. Never mind the fact that it was a Fugazi tournament held to make lots of money. Sorry, I'm channeling Pat. Pat here. I think it will be.
Pour this out for Pat.
Yeah, spill a drop.
Water, so fitting. We miss you, Pat.
Is that because his takes aren't that strong?
No, he just drinks water.
All right, okay.
He's not a drinker.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I think it's going to be super exciting. You know, Aaron, if you just want to listen to the answer I've got for you, I mean, he's over there in disrespectful corner, ignoring us. We might as well not exist.
I'm a
there.
capitalist.
Little does he
Unless
know
you're
that
giving
over
me
both
money,
of his
I don't
shoulders,
care.
over both of Aaron's shoulders, are photos of me.
That is actually true.
That is an act.
That's actually 100%.
That is me establishing my ground, letting him know that while he might reside
is
in that for now,
mustacheless
he's
Heath.
paying rent and I am the owner of that.
got
Almost
a-
like pictorial.
That is truly capitalist.
That
Actually,
is. It
we've
really
got a
makes
few
that corner,
versions.
make it about
We've got
me
a few
and
versions of it too. Mustache Heath, beard Heath.
See, that's the thing. People
Completely.
are like, it's crazy you grow out your mustache for once. And I'm like, no, go to the poster.
on.
That thing's
All right,
timestamped.
we got 1 minute
Heath
left
through
in the
the years.
poll. Please vote. It's in this corner. Should be in this corner. Don't make me look stupid, guys.
Messi has hit the crossbar or the post 14 times this season already. That's why you're going to have excitement, because he'll do it again. And it might
Is
go in
that, are you
this
putting
time.
money on that one?
Oh, I'm telling you, it's an unbelievable 14 times, guys. That's
wild,
insane.
right? Doesn't he have 14 goals as well?
He may very well have. He could have 28. Is
It's
what
the
I'm
government.
saying.
It's the
By
government.
simple math.
It's the government conspiracy.
Simple math.
What do you guys think is the best choice of right back for Barcelona? Roberto or Semedo?
Oh, wow.
I mean, Semedo is who they paid a bunch of money for in the summer, so you gotta. Well, not that they matter. Who? I mean, this isn't like a random.
No, no.
Gotta justify the money.
No, well, it's not. You're not wrong, though. Like, if not now, when? And Roberto, what could we say about him? I would be worried about him on the back foot, not going forward. I'm not worried about that concern. But if he's, say, facing a certain gentleman on the wing, if that happens, would you worry about who is better defensively? Would you worry, Heath?
You're talking about Van Nistelrooy on the wing?
Could be. It could be. Could make a
I
comeback.
mean, there's only not really anybody that's going to be able to stop.
It's not a great choice, really, is it?
Yeah.
At least Semedo's got the pace to keep up with
Right.
whoever they would put out on the wing.
Yeah.
Roberto, doesn't quite have it.
No.
He's better on the ball, but
Right.
the pace aspect is
And
big when you're
pace
coming
is-
up with could be Bale.
Yeah,
could
but
be
are they
Ronaldo.
really ever like shut down defenders on those clubs? They kind of just go forward and then run
they just bomb
backwards. Like
forward and get
and their gap between like when they D up a guy, they stay like a good five meters off of him and just kind of take space in an angle. They're not like uptight where you have like in the Premier League where it's like don't let them breathe.
I
and
know
they
what
can
you're
put their head
saying, but
down.
there's a fine tradition of like Barcelona fullbacks, like who are really, really good. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking of Albert Ferrer right now. What would he think of us talking about this? We're not really shut. He was shut down. Yeah, for shame. It's a shame that we can't even talk about a really good Barcelona defender right now. There we are.
Nothing matters anymore.
Nothing matters. Why even bother?
Why even bother? You know? Why be bother being great when no one's going to talk about it?
Yeah, when you're not even. Why be a defender when you don't even have to defend?
Yeah, it's true. That is the modern thing where it's like, how can we turn that guy into a wing back and then blame him when we get scored against? I've got a lot of scars from being an outside back and being like, oh, we need you in the attack more. You go in the attack more, they're like, you left the back wide open and we got scored on. So,
You know how the blame game works.
oh yeah.
Let's keep talking a little bit of La Liga. Why is everyone ignoring Atletico Madrid and the fact that they could win the league this year?
Not ignoring it. Not ignoring it.
Not ignoring it.
But the biggest game in Europe is what? It's Barcelona versus Real Madrid. And Atletico are sitting in second in a very good position. And as you pointed out to me earlier, unbeaten.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
So we're not ignoring them. We're just saying they're not playing Barcelona this weekend.
But it's also been really unique this season in general, just because Real Madrid and the league have been so poor. So a lot of the talk's been about like everybody was saying Barcelona were in shambles, right? And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, they shocked us. Real Madrid, best team in the world, double, are now in shambles, right? They were talking about them great, and they've just had these two polarizing, like different ends of the spectrum stories. So in one way, it's allowed kind of Atletico to kind of go about their thing, but at the same time, it does mean we've sort of neglected that story because undefeated up to this point is incredible. And if it weren't, again, this is just like Liverpool and teams like that. If it weren't for somebody doing absolutely incredibly,
Right.
they would be the talk of the season.
Probably worth noting as well that if Atletico had a better Champions League record, if they played better in the group stages, we would probably, I think that shaded things. We're talking about Atletico having a bad season, but really, look where they are in the league.
Right.
They had a bad Champions League.
Earn it. Earn it is what we're saying. You want us to talk about you? Earn it. What else we got?
We have the results from the poll.
boy.
Yeah.
33.
You have a magical 8-ball on the ground or something? Why do you keep looking down there?
I have the paper right here.
Oh, the paper.
We are so high
That's
tech.
where we keep the paper.
I have
We have
33
laptops
for
and stuff, but
Shaden.
instead we need to write it on a giant piece of
Yeah.
paper. Can't somebody just slack it to him or put it in a doc? He's like looking down on giant numbers.
Don't we have a message
Yeah.
system here?
It's where we keep the paper.
All right, so
All right, tell us, sorry.
This now brings me great joy because we got 33 for Shave It, 9 for Keep It, and 56 for Shave It right now.
56.
Wait, so it stayed at 9 the whole time? I didn't get one more? You guys are messing with the numbers. I don't understand. Wasn't it like 19 or something?
33 was Keep It.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, so 9 was Shave It, and then 56 Shave It right now.
This voting system seems real now that we've changed everything.
I'm afraid it's a landslide, though.
My Instagram, guys, by the way, I've been doing this for about 24 hours because I only care about me and things like mustaches. And I did, on my Instagram post last night, it was 71 to 70 to Shave It. So then I thought, you know what, this is too close. You never know. People might miss it. It's an algorithm-based system, so I'm not getting all the votes. So I put it onto my Instagram stories, and we are now 370 votes for keeping it, 361 votes for getting rid of it. So it's about 8 towards keeping it right now. Add that to my 33 plus.
These numbers are a little bit
I don't
wacky.
know if I'm going to win
It's
this.
thousands.
Yeah, you're not gonna win that.
Hundreds of millions.
It's a percentage. It's
Guys,
we're getting thousands right now.
We broke the internet over 1 million votes in the last 20 minutes. And because of that, I guess I got to shave my mustache.
I think you have to. Before you shave it, one last question.
Damn,
for
I'm
you
looking
guys.
at the monitor right now.
Look at him
This thing
licking
is
his
nice, dude.
I'm gonna give you some
There's so much
some moments to
disrespect.
savor it. I'm gonna give you some moments to savor it. I want you guys to answer if you have to pick, gun to head, prediction for El Clásico this weekend. No fence sitting.
It's a high-stress environment to get up.
Hey, at least you get to savor that mustache
Silly
for
little
a
soccer
while.
match.
You get to,
Just a game of ball. I feel,
Yeah.
I feel
It's
this
just
is
a
far
game,
too,
Aaron.
far
Jeez.
too aggressive.
hold on, just a.
That noise, the power that you wield over there. I'm going to say
telling you,
2-1.
it's constructed really well.
Yeah.
It is.
2-1.
It's good American workmanship. 2-1 to Barcelona, I think. It's me.
Wow, I like that too. I'm saying, what happened to me? I'm just thinking about a draw. 1-1 to Barcelona away. Does that make sense? 1-1 to Barcelona. Who
I
do you
feel
got?
like you gotta
I gotta pick a
gotta
winner.
pick one.
Oh, okay. Pick one. Okay. Barcelona then. 11 points. All the momentum right now. This could be a trickle-down effect for Real Madrid. They don't have this. They've got PSG, like we talked about, in Champions League. A very tough road ahead of them. This is like their breaking point, which might motivate them, but I think Barcelona's got the kind of foot on the throat, finish it off, and then worry about Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, you're moving to my side.
Yeah,
I see that.
I like that.
You're
You're a very convincing man.
The non-mustache growing side.
I'm gonna be on the contrarian side and pick a 1-0 Madrid win. They go, hit them on the break. They're missing Umtiti. I think that'll be big for Barcelona.
Ronaldo
So
scores.
you're being on the contrarian side for the sake of it, or you actually believe
No, I
that?
actually think this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just making sure.
I
Because
think
it sounded like just another reworded "I don't know him" but situation where it's
Nah,
like,
I think Umtiti's
I'll just do
big
the
for that.
opposite
By the
because
way-
you guys did 1-1. I'll do the other. That doesn't mean I'm endorsing it.
But by the
I'm
way,
gonna
Aaron,
enjoy this so much.
Aaron, when you make a point about football, it doesn't hold any more weight just because you use that as a pointer when you're making it, all right?
Yeah.
That means
Not
if
a-
I'm wrong, you don't have to take it seriously. That's how this works.
All right.
The reality is, for this mustache, are we gonna do this thing or what?
I
gonna
think
shave
we should
this
let
off?
JJ do it, honestly. He's the guest.
Oh my God, really? Seriously? I don't feel comfortable with touching a man's face with a razor and not in a kind of a...
Do you want to do it
I'm
yourself?
not a pro.
I want to say one thing real quick because I'm wearing this Onward Rose City sweatshirt.
That's gonna get
which is
destroyed.
Portland Timbers. If you guys don't know, I've been on the internet lately trying to petition Orlando City, who holds my rights, to trade them away to Portland. Don't ever plan on playing for them, but if you guys agree, I would love to know either in the comments or just hit up Portland Timbers and say trade for Heath's rights. They got the Cosmos coach there now. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to just want to update my Wikipedia page to say like rights are currently held by Portland Timbers. Rad club. Been negotiating with Orlando City for 3+ years
not
now.
happening.
It's not coming down to a deal. So I'd just love to know from you guys, or let you guys go out there and be my ambassadors for this.
I think that's a worthy cause for everyone.
It can be in a legitimate trade. Yeah. Portland Timbers trade for somebody or money or however all the mechanisms work now. Add my name into it. Send me on my way. Pacific Northwest.
Can I just say on the removal of the mustache?
Do you want me to do it, by the way?
Yeah,
I'll do it
no.
myself.
No. You should look. You guys are close. You're much closer. Me and you. We've got this low-key hostility that's been building.
Work with the guy.
I would love if
Here.
Aaron should do it. Come on.
I'm going to
it's
give you
only
a
right.
hug because I feel
work-
like
I'll
this is serious
commentate.
here.
I'll
Work with the
commentate.
guy.
It's going to be okay.
I'll
man.
commentate.
I
Work
believe
with
in
the
you.
guy.
I believe in you. Here. I got it.
Side note, I'm not cleaning this up.
Yeah, you
Wait,
got
am I shaving it myself?
Yep.
How do I say goodbye?
Do you want like a napkin or anything?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm getting teary-eyed. See that? That's real. Those are real tears, man. It's been through a lot.
Yeah, we have the
How's this thing
papers.
work? This is terrible craftsmanship. Oh, you just push it. It looks like a slide thing. Misleading.
I'm really concerned about a workplace accident here.
The papers are on the ground! You use computers. Just send a message that way.
Do you want me to
You're
hold
going to
the
get a lot of
paper?
sound on this. You
Do
might
you
want
want
to mute my... No, I think I can do this, right?
Oh, it's coming off.
Oh wow.
It's gone.
There's a few ginger hairs in there. That's great. Oh, look, I have a mirror now. Monitor. Oh, it's in my eye. Oh, it's flying everywhere. It's on my laptop now. Well,
There we go.
there we have it.
That's beautiful. There it is. There it is.
Wow, there's a lot. You know, the surface
a
area
lot going
covers.
on
You
in
expect a
there.
lot more, don't you?
Yeah, there's a lot going on in there.
Oh, wow.
I don't really know what to do with this paper now. Should we do the LeBron thing? Throw it up?
Woo! Do it like that.
There it is.
There we go.
Please don't throw those away. I own those. Those are my mustache hairs. Also, I don't know whose this is, and they'll probably want to toss that out. Oh, is it yours? It's Mike's. So it's not my ginger hair. It's Mike's ginger hair that's on this.
Well, what can one say about today? I'll tell you something.
Covered a lot of ground, guys. Any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts? I would say that the Carabao Cup remains the preeminent cup, domestic cup trophy in Europe. It's the one we're talking about. I think I'm very excited.
I would say the world. Yeah.
Yep, I think its majesty has been reinforced today. Sorry about your mustache. Looking forward to the Clásico at the weekend.
Ridiculous. I look like Homer Simpson right now. Like, you know, he has the puffed up.
The 5 o'clock
top
shadow
lip.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right.
yeah.
But no, I've enjoyed my time with you and the face shearing. So it's been good.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's
Thanks.
been great.
Aaron, you? Any last comments? Any last words from the people?
I'm just happy to use that
No,
paper
from the
for
people,
good.
from the people. Yeah.
No. Nothing.
Dang! Really went
No.
for that. Cut you off. Tried to be mean. No one cares except for you. You know, at the end of it all, it's just us guys in this room. Anyways, what are your final thoughts?
I think you look okay, man. I think you're gonna be fine. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for the public. They got what they wanted. I'm happy to have had JJ here. I miss Pat, but that's it from the.
You see, you
captain's
can't
corner.
say you're happy to have me there.
That's
and then throw in
another
a
I don't
miss
know
Pat.
him but thing. That's
Oh,
you
wow.
taking the middle ground again and not taking a stance for everything. That's an I don't know him but.
I'll tell you something. That
Love
cut
you,
to the
Miss
core.
Pat, but love you.
Yeah.
But Miss Pat.
Glad to
but
have
love you.
JJ here, but you know, Pat's better. You might as well have just said that. It would have been, you know.
I was actually just gonna text you that personally later on, like, hey, great to have you, but I miss Pat more.
Yeah. And in my darkest moment, I would read it. Lovely.
Hey, don't open that text yet.
All right, guys, I got to pull this one, pull the plug on this one. Guys, it's been fun hanging out with you, but make sure, keep the comments coming. Let us know what else you would like us to do on this show. And that's it for STFU, and we'll see you guys next time.
Early morning, right, I wake up. Getting dough on the list before I bake up. Herbalist, green be the theme. Word to my vegetarian team. Through the sun shining, step out to taking all the beams. The way talking about them rays that be gleaming down on me. Seen, whipped clean, leaving scars on the tarmac. Bass box beating, schooling youngers, I'm a class act. I'm seeing birds looking fly. Sunbathing like they're being clean by the light. Brothers kicking ball, trying to scheme on the slide. Wanna make a pass, not at a single G on their side. Got double D's on their mind. No boy, they in my vision. So right now it seems possible I'll complete all my missions. Things ain't normal, but I mean that in a good way. Cause today might be a good day. I ain't saying that we're flexing formal, but today this ain't normal. And I mean that in a good way. Today might be a good day. When everything's moving for you, and them haters ignore you. Know you're going to a good place. Today might be a good day. Shots, think about my brothers that be dear to me. Get it? No clouds of the motive, it be clear to we. Puff, puff, pass, sip a little bit. And if I buff, buff, pass, take the ball and kick it just like a player. Pissed if you don't score, it's all part of the game and aiming for a draw. When the sun is beating hot, he's common as a taxi. Push a mini, but we first trapping it, I'm maxi. Cruising, smelling barbecue smoke. Be looking similar to the aftermath of my toe. Hit a man and busting them jokes like we're comedians. But that can all change, cause we're comedians.